There was once on a time a far-sighted, crafty peasant whose tricks were much talked about. The best story is, however, how he once got hold of the devil and made a fool of him. The peasant had one day been working in his field, and as twilight had set in, was making ready for the journey home, when he saw a heap of burning coals in the middle of his field, and when, full of astonishment, he went up to it, a little black devil was sitting on the live coals. "Thou dost indeed sit upon a treasure," said the peasant. "Yes, in truth," replied the devil, "on a treasure which contains more gold and silver than thou hast ever seen in thy life." "The treasure lies in my field and belongs to me," said the peasant. "It is thine," answered the devil, "if thou wilt for 2 years give me the half of everything thy field produces. Money I have enough of, but I have a desire for the fruits of the earth." The peasant agreed to the bargain. "In order, however, that no dispute may arise about the division," he said, "everything that is above ground shall belong to thee, and what is under the earth to me." The devil was quite satisfied with that, but the cunning peasant had sown turnips. Now when the time for harvest came, the devil appeared and wanted to take away his crop, but he found nothing but the yellow withered leaves, while the peasant, full of delight, was digging up his turnips. "Thou hast had the best of it for once," said the devil, "but the next time that won't do. What grows above ground shall be thine, and what is under it mine." "I am willing," replied the peasant. But when the time came to sow, he did not again sow turnips, but wheat. The grain became ripe, and the peasant went into the field and cut the full stalks down to the ground. When the devil came, he found nothing but the stubble, and went away in a fury into a cleft in the rocks. "That is the way to cheat the devil," said the peasant, and went and fetched away the treasure. Three women were changed into flowers which grew in the field, but one of them was allowed to be in her own home at night. Then once, when day was drawing near and she was forced to go back to her companions in the field and become a flower again, she said to her husband, "If you will come this afternoon and gather me, I shall be set free and henceforth stay with you." And he did so. Now the question is, how did her husband know her? For the flowers were exactly alike and without any difference. Answer: since she was at her home during the night and not in the field, no dew fell on her as it did on the others, and by this her husband knew her. There was once a little girl who was very obstinate and willful, and who never obeyed when her elders spoke to her, and so how could she be happy? One day she said to her parents, "I have heard so much of the old witch that I will go and see her. People say she is a wonderful woman and has many marvelous things in her house, and I am very curious to see them." Her parents, however, forbade her going, saying, "The witch is a wicked old woman who performs many godless deeds, and if you go near her, you are no longer a child of ours." The girl, however, would not turn back at her parents' command, but went to the witch's house. When she arrived there, the woman asked her, "Why are you so pale?" "Ah," she replied, trembling all over, "I have frightened myself so with what I have just seen." "And what did you see?" inquired the old witch. "I saw a black man on your steps." "That was a collier," she replied. "Then I saw a gray man." "That was a sportsman," said the old woman. "After him I saw a blood-red man." "That was a butcher," replied the woman. "But oh, I was most terrified," continued the girl, "when I peeped through your window and saw not you, but a creature with a fiery head." "Then you have seen the witch in her proper dress," said the old woman. "For you I have long waited, and now you shall give me light." So saying, she changed the girl into a block of wood and then threw it into the fire. And when it was fully alight, she sat down on the hearth, warmed herself, and said, "Ah, now, for once, it burns brightly."